Wassail. I want to talk today about frequencies because frequencies are really important at the moment. Everything comes down to frequency because there are different frequencies going on all at the same time at the moment, and it's how we ride which frequency. And emotions are really important in this. There's a lot of talk, understandably, about resonating with the emotion of love from the heart. But there's also a huge importance to laughter. I keep getting messages about the need to laugh. Laughter is a frequency that allows emotions to flow from within the body, and they create a kind of healing and protective frequency at the moment that you have them. So when you're laughing, you'll feel that energy change. It's the same as if you're somewhere and you're completely in your own little headspace and you're thinking, and somebody calls your name or something catches you, you jump and you feel all the different hormones react through your body because they're reacting to the change in frequency that your body has just instigated. And you feel that difference. And laughter is exactly the same. And particularly if you get to that slightly hysterical point where you're crying with laughter, this is the most beautiful frequency. When you cry with laughter, you are transmuting the energy within those tears that are waiting really on the whole to cry through sadness and emotion. But when you cry them through laughter, you're releasing those emotions transmuted into a joyful energy. And so if you can, if you can just go out and start crying with laughter, everything will get better. You know what I'm saying? It's really important to try and find laughter in times when it feels like laughter is something you mustn't do. And I was joking with myself earlier because there's a sense of I always think my devilish side is that I'm always wanting to create laughter when laughter shouldn't be there. Because if you do it kindly and thoughtfully, it is the most healing, wonderful tool. So it just amuses me that it's a sort of devilish frequency. And it's my devilish frequency that I like to ride with because it's a good side. You see, sometimes the darkness can bring such light. Anyway, so that's those frequencies. Then I want to talk about creating a frequency that you feel stable in, and that really has a lot to do with being outside. Basically, to activate your energies, the earth reads everything more clearly when you're outside. When you're inside buildings, any energy frequencies that you create while you're in them are caught within the frequency of the buildings, and so in order for them to echo out into the natural world, they get distorted. So when you are out in the sunshine, particularly at the moment, the sunshine, I'm telling you, it's a different frequency. And it's not, you can say it's a drop in pollution, and it could be that because there aren't so many particles in the air, then better, softer rays are reaching us without being kind of distorted and made harsh by all the chemicals that they were passing through before they reached us. But there's a sense in this light at the moment that it's, even if the pollution was going down, it's not gone. So it's not just that. If it is just that, well then we've got a lot more joy and feeling from this emotional sun really due soon as pollution drops even more. But this sun energy at the moment has to connect to the earth through your heart chakra, through your entire being. But it's the heart chakra that it activates. I did a meditation with under a tree yesterday, and going into the roots of the tree, being invited, asking permission to go on a journey inside the earth that the nature's connected to. And I went down into the earth grid, and then for the first time, without trying to control the meditation at all, just asking, please take me, and going with the flow, I was actually shown the aquamarine ray in its resplendent qualities. Before, I've had to imagine it. This time I didn't. It was just gifted as a vision. So really try and let go of, surrender control in your meditations. Really try to just be one with the earth and go on that journey. Now, once you feel that connection of this energy of loving, compassionate forgiveness and laughter in you, because there's a frequency when you're on the cusp of laughing in the midst of being so loving, that's a heightening of that emotion. It is, we've got to work out which of the emotions serve to be pushed up towards this higher 5D, softer, glacial blue and straw yellow kind of frequency that's going on at the moment. So that's really important, to connect to this column. And then when you go anywhere, try and walk with that column, try and draw that column, because you're marking energy pathways wherever you're moving. So the stiller that you can be, you know, the more rooted you are to just one place, then the more all the dimensions around you can begin to pull in together. And this is creating a dilemma in my head, because I'm enjoying the fact that I have the park here, and when I go towards the studio for shopping and things and call in there, I'm by the sea, and I feel like I'm being asked to choose where I need to be, because I've got to still my frequency and not move too far at all, so that all of the different dimensions, time frames and everything can begin to settle into your space where you are, to make the necessary connections. Because there are upgrades coming from the earth when you do these meditations. It's your DNA being upgraded. It's the junk DNA, all the crap emotions that you've been sponging and absorbing and hoovering up and vacuuming into you, that you don't even know are there. They're hiding in your DNA, but they're causing you problems, they're causing you illnesses, they're causing you pains, but they're kind of unrecognizable, because the way in which our science works, they wouldn't understand the microscopic level at which these fractals are in you. And so when you get these upgrades, it'll be in pieces, it'll be bit by bit, and each time you can let go of some of that, the earth will absorb it, your other dimensions will begin to absorb it, they'll begin to share, because you'll begin to connect with all the different fractals that are taking place around you, that are trying to puzzle themselves into place. And the more you allow these pieces to fit together, the higher you'll feel, and the more raised up your frequency will be. Anyway, that's my little message for today, and keep well, everybody. Keep the frequency, really keep the frequency. And remember, you're going to be faced with loads and loads of paradoxes. So for the moment, the paradox is that you work on yourself to help everybody else. Okay, wasso.